Simplified Chaos, episode 75.
Life is beautiful and full of chaos.
And it can get slightly out of hand if that shit's not tamed.
We're here to share how to simplify the little things to help you lead a more intentional life.
This is Simplified Chaos.
Hey, wonderful friends. Welcome to Simplified Chaos. I'm one of your hosts, Jillian, and I'm with my co-host and husband, Nicholas.
What's going on, folks? Hope you all are doing well this fine day. Jilly, what are we talking about?
Today's topic is all about shifting or changing for what's important.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger.
You guys got to listen in to figure out what we're talking about here. Before we get into our gratitude segment and before we dive into our topic today, we got a little housekeeping to do here, Jilly.
We do?
Yeah. Starting next week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That thing.
Instead of releasing podcasts on Tuesday, we're going to start releasing them on Thursdays. Right now, it's just kind of the shift in schedule and with Lucille's sleep schedule. It's been a little difficult to get these episodes going, and we've been finding ourselves doing these really late night. So, and usually on Sunday. So it's a quick turnaround for editing and whatnot. So we figured why not give ourselves a little bit more wiggle room and do Thursdays instead of Tuesdays. So I feel like that's going to work a lot better for us. And obviously we want to continue to maintain our weekly schedule. We don't want to skip any weeks or anything like that. And who knows what might come up. So yeah, starting next week, we will be doing Thursday releases. So it should be fun.
It's funny how this announcement was quite on par with our topic about just shifting and, as the
changing for what's important.
Yeah. I mean, every season is different. And this is
as we enter the summer in quarantine and
Lucille turning 2. It's
yeah.
We are just going with it.
Next week, we will have a 2-year-old. Crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of what sparked this conversation we're going to have. But I guess we should probably do our gratitude.
Yeah, we should probably show a little gratitude before we dive into that. So, Jilly, what are you grateful for this week?
I'm grateful for bathtubs.
Ooh, I think I know where this is going.
Yeah.
I just saw you in a bathtub about an hour ago with our daughter.
So we do have one bathtub, and then we have a nice shower. But I'm grateful.
We used to have 2 bathtubs.
We did.
And then there were ants.
And we had a whole new remodel. That's for another story.
Yeah, that's a whole other story.
But we have this beautiful bathtub, and Lucille, it was time to get a bath for her today. We don't give her a bath every night. It's maybe like every 3 nights, depending on how sweaty and dirty she is. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to hop in the bathtub with her today. So I hopped in with her, and it just makes me feel like a kid again when I get into a bathtub. I'm telling you, it immediately takes me back to memories with me and my sister. We didn't really have much toys. I mean, we may have had some the Little Mermaid figurines, but honestly, it was just the act of being in there.
They're not action figures. They're figurines.
They're figurines.
I'm teasing.
Shut up. But yeah, I mean, we were playing together. She was pointing out body parts. It was just hysterical.
It was I was coming up the stairs and I heard all the commotion coming out of the bathroom, and I was 99% certain that you were in there with her. So I was I opened the door and yeah, there you are.
Yeah, no, I kept saying, so relaxing. And she's like, so relaxing.
She's so funny.
So yeah, it was just, I don't know. I've kind of reflected to you this past week, just the importance of play. And I'm like, never stop playing. That is the key to keeping me so happy and feeling good. It's just, I can't take things so serious all the time. I just have to remind myself to play with her, to play with you, just to have fun.
Absolutely.
Anyway, what about you?
I'm grateful for you, baby.
For me?
Yeah. And I try not to repeat my gratitudes, but when I'm grateful for you, babe. So I started a little/big project this weekend, something I've been planning for about a week and a half now. And we have this really rinky-dink table back on our patio. It's good. It's got 4 chairs around it, but really, you could probably fit 3 people around it if you want to eat on it. Like, it's a very small table that we got off of Amazon. And I was just like, should I spend money on a table? You know, what are we doing here? And then I just started looking up different DIY table ideas, and I saw this really cool farmhouse table, and I was like, I have to make this. It's like, there's no question, I'm making this table. So I looked up all the materials, got some tools that I needed to help put it together to make it a little bit easier. So I started that project on Saturday and was able to assemble the tabletop. And so now I'm in the sanding and filling in the screws and whatnot and sanding that all down and then getting ready to paint and stain it as well. But I'm grateful for you because you took on Lucille duty this weekend, and I know we try to share it as much as possible, especially on the weekends when it's our time to relax, but you took the brunt of Lucille duty this weekend, and I am just really grateful for you and appreciate you. And, you know, you're an amazing mom, and I have nothing more, you know, I don't know. I don't have any more words to say because, you know, I can't say enough about what you do with her. So thank you so much for watching her while I'm working on this little project. And I promise you it'll be worth it. It won't break.
No.
It'll be a nice table. We'll have some gatherings.
I just like seeing your creative side come out, and I fully support you when you want to, you know, you saw a challenge. And I even asked you, I'm like, are you making this? I think I asked if you wanted any help, and I was like, so do you want to do it by yourself because you want to say that I made this by myself, or is it because you're so particular you don't want anyone else to like mess it up? And you're like, the first one. Like, I really want to be able to say that I did this myself.
Yeah,
and
it's kind of both,
awesome.
but I mean, It was more that I wanted to build something with my own hands.
No, I totally get it. It's just, you know, I love when I get to create things, when I get to write or design something, and I like seeing that creative side come out in you, and I fully support that. So, and I can't say I can take all the credit with watching her. Like Saturday, family, like I went over my mom's house and my aunt's, and family time. I mean, family is fucking everything. And
it is, especially now, yeah.
They're so supportive, and that's probably a great segue into our conversation because...
Yeah, and before we get into the conversation, it's like, you know, I'm putting a lot of hours into it because I want to have it ready for next weekend because we're going to have family over for Lucille's 2nd birthday. So I want our first meal on that table to be with our family. And so I'll get this shit done this week and have a nice little table for next weekend.
Not little. Big.
Yeah, this thing can fit.
It's an 8-footer.
Yeah, it's 8 foot by 4 foot, so it's pretty massive. Like it's like a dining room or a kitchen table.
We should play cocktail pong.
We might have. I mean, we can.
Let's do that.
Yeah, we're using water cups on the table.
For sure.
Yeah,
and then a bee's knees in my hand. Oh my god,
there
we
you
totally
go.
have to do this now.
All right,
Dunzo.
Let's make it happen.
All right.
So let's talk a little bit about today's topic and what it really means and what we're talking about here.
So, with Lucille's birthday coming up, there have been a lot of questions and things about what to get Lucille. And normally, we would say, you know, buy her an experience, you know, maybe a membership to somewhere, or money towards travel and vacations and experiences, or let us come to you if it's a family member and let's go out somewhere and have a dinner or a lunch. Like, we are all about
spend time with Lucille and do whatever. Yeah.
And we've been promoting that for a long time. Like, I don't remember what episodes we are, but episode
2 was about gift giving,
but we were always for presents over presents, like the PRESENCE. So we are all about
be present.
Yes.
In the moment.
And now things are so different because we can't do experiences. I mean,
we haven't seen my parents since Christmas, and that's unheard of, and it sucks. You know, that's all I can really say about it is I miss them terribly, and I can't wait to see them this weekend. Like, it's like Christmas, you know, and being able to see everybody. So yeah, I mean, it's totally different, which is made us have to shift in our mindset on how we do things, you know, especially when it's coming to her birthday.
Yeah, so because life has shifted and it's different, we realize like some of the quote unquote rules or boundaries that we have set and way we wanted to live, they're going to have to change as well. And that kind of came to when we were talking about gifts, and we are full on accepting gifts for Lucille, which before we were like, nah, we're good. Like, and our parents understood that, but the fact that they're just so open, and you know they're listening and they hear us and they respect the way we're living, and they are even like going above and beyond to like really find out like what is going to be useful, like what is Lucille really into, how can we add to her experience. Like they already know what our values are, and I think that just goes because we've been consistently communicating that and showing them that. And I know there's been people that are like, you know, how does your family like understand that you don't want any more toys? Or, you know, there's a lot of questions about like, how do you get your family on board? And to me, this is just like the proof of this is a long game. It's not a short game of just showing that this is the way you want to live, embodying that, being kind and open and communicating that, and then just being accepting of, you know, that our family may not understand it in the beginning. And this to me is just like, I feel like we've come full circle, and I can totally see that they see what's important to us. And I don't know,
they adjust with us.
Yes. But it wasn't a very quick, you know, adjustment. Like I felt like it was kind of slow, and which is fine. Like I think it's normal for change to happen that way. And I'm not saying like we were changing them, but I think they finally accept that we want to do things a little differently that makes sense to us, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I know I'm rambling a lot.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, we talked a lot about gifts in episode 2, and it's kind of a good episode to listen to just to see where we were. I mean, this is almost a year and a half ago when we had that episode, and a lot of things have changed in our lives, especially in the last 3 months with the whole coronavirus. But, you know, I don't think our values have changed at all. You know, we just recognize a shift in the way things are going, and you know, because we haven't seen our family and because they haven't seen Lucille, and you know, it's crazy because, you know, she was so used to seeing everybody, and then, you know, we still do the Zoom thing, and it's cool to, you know, be able to Zoom with my brother and my parents every week. But God, we just love to see them in person. But yeah, I'm rambling too now.
And to me, if the only way right now they can show their love is by purchasing something, then like fucking purchase something. Yeah. Like show your love to Lucille the best way you can, kind of the only way at the moment that you can. And I've noticed that the gifts that they are giving Lucille, because we have gotten some of them, but obviously we know what's coming because they ask us or they ask family members. But I'm noticing that all of the gifts that they're choosing, they all align what we believe in. Like they're things that are adding to our experiences. They're bringing family together, like experiences we value, family we value. These things are useful, like long-term versus short-term. So they're going to have like longevity. It's not just like a fad or something quick that's going to be, you know, kind of wasted or used temporarily. And I think all of the gifts, which I want to mention that are coming, they add to our health and our well-being, like whether that's physically, mentally, socially, like it just shows me like how much they do listen to what we value. And it's just like, when I was reflecting over this and like, I was really like doing a deep dive into all of the gifts that Lucille was giving. I called them iceberg gifts because I know I'm doing a lot of diving into this because I realized that what the gift is, it's not just the gift, the physical part. Like the underlying meaning is so much more behind the gift. And
the gift is just the tip of the iceberg.
Exactly. So I wanted to shift into talking about the gifts and kind of what I realized, if that's cool.
Before we talk about I think the most important thing is that these are all gifts that Lucille loves. Like, it's not stuff that she just kind of throws aside and, you know, uses it once or twice and then done. She's using them all the time too. So like also giving gifts that, and they understand what she likes. You know, she loves the water, so there's been water gifts. She loves rock climbing, so there's been a rock. I guess we're going to get into the gifts here, but yeah, they're all things that she loves. So, which one did you want to start off with? I've given away 2 of them.
So the rock climbing slide.
Yes.
Again, some might just see the rock climbing slide, but when I was writing these down, I realized my mom really listens to what we enjoy doing. Like, we've been rock climbing a couple times with Lucille.
Yeah.
And she knows Lucille loves, like, her favorite word when she passes the park is usually slide or swing. Slide, 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 slide. So to me, that just shows how much that she listens to us and she listens to Lucille and what she enjoys doing. And listening is really hard. Like, I know this sounds like really simple, but it just goes to show you that she cares about what we enjoy doing, and what it's not just like I saw this and I wanted to buy it. It's like I really did a lot of research about this, Jill, and she even told me about the process and finding this slide and all of this process and time that it took. It was like, that was really awesome.
Yeah.
Like, really awesome. So awesome that you can't even find the slide anymore, apparently. And all these people are asking me, and I'm like, yeah, so apparently it was on overstock.com, and then it disappeared, and then it comes back up, and then it disappears, and then
that's crazy.
It's in the UK apparently, but that's ridiculous in shipping. So it just, I don't know. I just really appreciate the amount of time and attention Mom took to put into getting that gift for her.
Yeah, I mean, and for me, it was an easy assembly, which I always love that.
Assemble?
Huh?
Assemble?
Assembly. When you put it together, it's assembly.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was assemble to put together. I know I'm being... I'm going to Google that shit because...
Do it.
Sometimes I'm not always right, but when I am right, I like to... Okay, you can keep talking. I know.
But, you know, for me, it was the same thing as like with the trampoline. Like, just when she came out into the backyard and saw the slide, she was just like, slide, slide. And then, oh, it has a rock climbing wall. And like, to me, it's worth just putting the time putting it together. So I love that. You have something for us?
Assemble, fit together. The separate component
Did you look up
parts.
assembly?
No. I want to be right.
Yeah.
The action of gathering together.
Yeah, you have to gather together and put it all together.
I think I win.
All right. Fair enough.
Okay, the other gift that she's getting, well, that she got, I should say, is the basketball hoop from my dad.
Yeah.
It's a small little Tykes. Is that the Tykes?
It's Little Tykes, I think,
something
is
like
the name brand.
So it's a basketball hoop. And again, the iceberg gift, like, you see the hoop, cool. The bottom part, like the meaning and the time and attention behind this is that, so my dad reached out to my mom. So already he's going out of his way to communicate with my mom. Mm-hmm. Like, just goes to show their relationship has gotten so much closer since Lucille's came into this world.
Oh, yeah.
And he's telling her his idea first. Like, hey, I know you guys have a trampoline. I was thinking about, or they have a trampoline. I was thinking about getting like some accessories to go with it. And my mom was very nice and just pretty much told him, like, she really doesn't need accessories to the trampoline. I don't even think you can get attachments for the type of trampoline we got. He wanted to go like above and beyond and get this thing that attached with harnesses that she could flip and tumble. And
oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. And he was like, oh my God, I can just see her doing that. And his intentions were like, I want to see her be creative with her body and move it around. So my mom kind of kindly was like pivoting him in a different direction. Like, so she really likes basketball. Mm-hmm. Maybe she's always like hoop. And
she loves watching the neighbors play basketball. Yeah, but she loves watching them play hockey too. But you know, anytime she goes by a basketball hoop, she's like, hoop, basketball. And so she loves it.
So my mom gave him that idea and my dad accepted it and went with it. So it just kind of shows you like the trust he has in my mom and just kind of like their relationship has just been really cool to watch evolve since they got divorced. You know what I mean? And again, all of this planning and pre-work and communication and, you know, all of that just to get a gift for Lucille. Again, it's just, it warms my heart. Yeah.
No, it really does. And, you know, I'm glad that they're asking for advice and, you know, wanting to know what she's into and everything like that. And, you know, she saw the box. She knew there was a hoop in there. So the other day she was like, Papa, basketball hoop? And I was like, all right, I got to put this together. Luckily, that one was like a 5-minute assembly. So put it together and she started dunking balls with my assistance, of course. But
Michael Jordan.
Yeah. So it was really, it's fun to watch her light up when she sees these things. And, she goes by it every day and it's like, hoop, let's play.
I would say light up consistently. It's not, I know there's a lot of toys out there that's like a one and done thing. Mm-hmm. Like it brings you a lot of excitement and then the excitement wears off and it's like, I don't want nothing to do with that anymore. But I will say that everything that she's gotten so far and will get, the value and the longevity of these gifts being meaningful to her and bringing her happy experiences, plus me happy experiences, it's just phenomenal.
And you know who else gets the benefit of these gifts?
Who?
Her cousin.
When
he gets a little bit older and starts moving around, he's going to be out there on the trampoline. He's going to be out there on the slide in the water table. Well, he's already on the water table, like floating around in that, messing with that thing. But yeah, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
And then the last gift I had on here was she's getting a splash pad, which is so funny. So I didn't even know what a splash pad was until I looked it up, and apparently it's what we had all along,
right?
Like that little pool that has sprinklers that come out of it or whatever. And ours, we just noticed there was like a giant hole in it, so we're like, oh, well, that splash pad died.
Yeah. And it lasted a solid season.
Yeah, Amy reached out and was like, hey, would Lucille like a splash pad? Like, I ordered it, but I can cancel it. Here's the link. Check it out. And I was like, oh my God, this is perfect timing because hers just broke and she used it all the time. Mm-hmm. And
we used it daily I
put my fat ass in the thing too. And it was like so refreshing.
Yeah, I mean, we used it a lot last summer and we've used it a couple times this year because we've had a couple hot days already. And then unfortunately, 2 days ago, we noticed the big hole in it.
Yeah.
So it's perfect timing. And the weather is supposed to be getting even warmer. I think we're supposed to hit 90 on Wednesday.
Holy moly.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense to me. Anyways, but it is perfect timing. And we know she'll get great use out of it because she loves the water. And it's going to be hot.
But yeah, that is all the things that I want to share. I just wanted to I guess just show my gratitude for the meaning behind the physical gifts. I know I've never been a fan of physical gifts before, but I am really, truly appreciative of all of the time and effort that family is doing to put in and the love they're putting in to just doing things that make Lucille happy, that make us happy, that add to our happiness and the things that we value. It means the world to me that they care so much, Yeah.
Yeah. And we're lucky to have such great family who, love us, but, more importantly, love our daughter and, want nothing but the best for her. So, we're really appreciative of them at this time and looking forward to hanging out with them this weekend. Like, I really just can't wait.
I know. And I hope this is just like some kind of beacon of hope for anyone who may be changing their life and maybe their family and friends don't understand and they don't agree or like are hopping on board with the changes you're making, that it takes time and it totally is possible. And I feel like we're seeing it more than ever now I think whatever your truth is and what you want, as long as you're being consistent and living it and speaking it and doing it and taking the action that, the people who love you are going to accept you and, just be open about the changes you're making and realize that it's making you happier.
Well, and I think, again, we kind of go back. It's all about communication and just letting people know where you're at. One of our consistent themes with this podcast is ebbing and flowing or changing with the seasons of life. And, we've had a change in our season of life, and we all have, in the last 3 months. So that's what we're doing is we're ebbing and flowing and changing with the season of life and really just fully embracing it. So, yeah, I mean, we may go back to the way it was before, or we may shift again in the future. We don't know, but this is where we feel comfortable right now. And we're really happy.
We are. We're letting go of control, and I've never felt better.
Yeah. All right. So do you have any resources here for our listeners today, Jilly?
I do.
What you got?
I got a blog post that's called The Importance of Family, What I Forgot and What I Will Always Remember.
Ooh, this sounds deep already.
Well, since this was kind of about family.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to share a little bit. You ready?
Go for it.
All right. The writer, her name is Emily Adrian, and it's a very short blog post. I'm just going to read a little blurt about her reflections about family. We all know we can't choose our family, but I also know I cannot imagine a life without mine. Now, some of you may disagree, but it's the truth. Family is an integral part of our lives. As I got older, however, I lost sight of this a little bit. I had a harder time balancing family between what was becoming a part of my adult life. I put family on the back burner, only showing up to major family gatherings, making a few phone calls a week, and worse yet, only calling when I needed something instead of just to ask how their day was. It took me a while to realize that no matter the people I have in my life, the most important ones are the ones who were there from the beginning.
Yep.
Even if you are going through some major changes in your life and adulting, like me, please never forget family will always support you. Being a family means that you will love and be loved for the rest of your life, no matter what. From the moment you were born, you have a group of individuals who cover you with unconditional love. Care. I'm sorry, I totally fucked that up. I lost my breath.
Man, this is deep, and then you lose your breath.
I know. I fucked it up. Sorry. Let me rewind if I can talk. You have a group of individuals who cover you with unconditional love, care, and protection. It is the one and only place where your life begins and love never ends. Take that in for a moment. Friends may come and go, but through the toughest times, families always will be there to pick you up off the ground. Find comfort in that, and don't take it for granted.
Amen. That's well written. Very deep. I love it.
I thought so.
Yeah. And what is our quote of the day there, Jilly?
So our quote of the day is from Lilo and Stitch. You know, you've never seen it.
I've never seen it, but I do know who Lilo and Stitch is, so that's a win for me.
Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. Family is always there for you, even after all the mistakes you can make.
Lilo and Stitch. Nice job.
A little Hawaiian proverb for you.
Yeah. Aloha.
Jesus. Wait, what's the name of the fish?
Huma huma nuka nuka apuaha. Yeah, bitch.
That's all I wanted to hear. Yeah. Thank you.
That's a little shout out to Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Best movie ever.
Yes. And our take action challenge there, Jilly.
It's just to make space for what you value, even if that requires shifting or changing.
Huma huma nuka nuka apuaha.
No, you should have stopped after the one.
I know. All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it for today's episode. If you like today's episode, please do us a favor and help us spread the message. You can do this by writing a review or simply sharing this episode with a friend. And remember, sharing sparks a conversation. Conversation leads to action, and action is how we are able to live a happy and intentional as hell lifestyle. We want to thank you all for listening today, and we will see you again next week on Thursday.
See you on Thursday.